Welcome to Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. This podcast delivers insights on what makes businesses, teams, and people successful based on real-life business experiences. Following a career with America's largest associations, JP Murray founded the Murray Company, one of Washington, D.C.'s most successful consulting firms. The company was acquired successfully and enabled him to launch JP Murray Racing, a business development and sponsorship agency for auto racing teams. Here is JP.
Hello there. Welcome to episode 58. Let's talk about sponsorship development today. And I'm going to speak in the context of motorsports, but it really applies to all types of sponsorship development. So when I say racing team, insert your association, your organization, your company, anybody that's trying to develop sponsorships. Here's some of the things that I've been learning. In motorsports, race teams continue to become more competitive and focused on the realization that you need more resources, money to keep going, to run up front, or frankly, this is just a hobby. It's increasingly challenging for race teams to stand out and make an impact because more people understand this. And there are large teams that have infrastructure and staff to focus on sponsorship development full-time and leave the rest of us kind of eating crumbs or relying on product-only programs where they give us free stuff but no money. So to maximize the opportunity of sponsorship, we need to develop market demand. Market demand for race team requires intention and attention. Ultimately, your race team needs to adopt business-like behaviors. Things like this: research and identify companies or products or individuals that benefit from your brand due to the connection that you have with fans and people that are in your racing ecosystem. Dirt tracks, for example, and dirt track racers are not going to be attractive necessarily for women's apparel. High concentration, however, does exist in things like construction and agriculture and manufacturing and spirit and beer. Second, understanding the sponsor's market and goals with the demographic. So you need to look at their press releases, news, announcements, geography. Are they opening a new plant where you race? Maybe that is a good fit for a car display or driver visit. This also enables you to reach out to that potential sponsor with some real purpose. Rather than saying, hey, I'm a race driver, do you want to sponsor me? It's like, I understand that you're opening up a new branch. We've got an opportunity to wrap the car in a special design and be at your facility and welcome your customers. That type of thing is a much different perspective, and it differentiates you from everybody else that's calling them. And number 3, I think this is so important, establishing a media platform of content through social media, video, everything to promote sponsors. The number one question I get from brands when I'm out in the field is, what is the social media following of the driver? That is the first question. If you can't move the needle for them in that area, they're going to have some second thoughts. So my view is you are a media company, and racing is, frankly, a delivery system. On social, in the press, when you're interviewed about a race, your product placement on the podium. Hey, my friend Brady Bacon holds a can of Full Throttle energy drink on the podium every time. Do you wonder why they stay with him? Yeah. It's because he's always promoting that brand. Every piece of content that you put out there should have a business development intent of some type, because your race team, company, association, whatever it is, sooner or later is going to realize that you're in business. So you need to think about it as a business. If your team focuses on being an extension of your sponsor's marketing, branding, and sales strategy, this is how you are viable long term. If you don't focus on being an extension of your sponsor's branding and sales strategy, you're going to be a one-time wonder. A sponsor will not see the needle moving. Finally, and maybe most importantly, find other businesses that can be their customers. In fact, I might lead with that. If I've got a business relationship and I've got someone that may be able to work with another business, I'm going to bring them to the game. It helps break the ice really quick because every business wants new revenue. Find out who your sponsor or potential sponsor may want to work with and connect a business that is in that space. Establish an agreement for a revenue percentage to come to you. Every deal in my pipeline right now has a business-to-business component to it. I'm bringing customers to them, and that makes you very viable. I'll wrap up with this one statement. At the end of the day, you must make money or save money for your sponsors. You make it by bringing clients, or you do it by helping expand their brand or lower their cost of acquisition because you're a better solution than them doing it directly. Establish this market demand. The number of companies now that have sponsors just because they want to put a logo in a car and support a driver is dwindling big time. Hey, I hope this is helpful to you. Subscribe to this podcast. Also visit the JP Murray Racing Studio on YouTube, baby. I got all sorts of business development content there. Thank you for listening. Share with a friend. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. If you would like to sponsor Push to Pass, send an email to jp@jpmurray.com. Follow JP on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. His website is jpmurray.com. Until next time, push yourself to pass the competition. Thanks for listening.